Hey everybody, Cliff here with Hamilton Transportation. Just arrived here in Lebanon, PA at, I believe it's TBT Equipment. I'm picking up a Cat 320 GC. It's sitting right over there. So they told me I can go ahead and load it up. I can park wherever I want. So I'm gonna park right here and we'll get this thing fired up. Make sure she's gonna start and then we will get it onto the trailer. So I've never been to this place. Fairly close to where I park in Carlisle. It's only, I don't know, 30 miles or so, 40 maybe. So this is what we're getting. Cat 320 GC. I do want to verify the serial number on it, make sure it's the right one. Okay. Of course, they didn't sell me the, or send me the, they texted me, but they didn't put the serial number in the text, so I don't think they gave me a serial number at all. How nice. Well, this is the one they told me it is. I don't know what any of these numbers mean. This is the text they sent me. None of it has anything to do with this. 203-084. I don't know what any of that means. Anyway, this is what they said. 2018 Cat 320 GC. He said, what if they have the batteries turned off on it? There it is. They did. That's a good sign. Probably means that it will start. So I will call Jen and see if she can get a serial number out of them. I don't like taking stuff that I don't know is correct. I like to match a serial number when I pick something up. All right. See if she fires. It's been real cold here lately, so getting equipment started. Oh, this one's gonna go though. There we go. It fired up. Where's the radio in this thing? Radio. Turn that off. Fuel level low. Hopefully we'll get onto the trailer. So, looks like it's going to run for us. So that's good. Why don't they ever put a place to put a camera in one of these? Alright. Gotta keep my little handsies warm. See if we can get this thing out of the hole and over towards the trailer. Looks like the drives are towards the back. I wonder if we have a bunch of ice in the bucket. Oh, it's not bad. All right. Well, everything seems to work. There's a tall guy in here. It's still pretty cold. So I do want those on there. Whoops. Go this way. All right. Whew. The hydraulics are a little touchy. Alright, so we'll let it sit here and warm up a little while we get the trailer broken down and ready to go. Alright, let's grab some chains out of here. Binders. Oh, somebody asked in a comment why I use a piece of wood for my my neck, because I'm not mechanical. If you guys can see the way these are set up, I don't know why they set them up this way, but it's like a steel rod welded on there, and I think it's made for a frame that kind of slants down, and mine does not. Mine's just cut off at the back, so that's why I use the wood. It just sits better. I've had this slide off of the rails before to one side, so I started using this wood to keep it from doing that. That way it's secure on there. So there you go. And this one has a bucket on it, so I don't have to worry about getting my block. At least I don't think. I'll probably get it out anyway, just to be sure. About the time I don't, then I'll need it, and I'll be crawling underneath the thing. This one's not real heavy, but I should have that scooted back. There's that. Blocks out. All right. Did I say where this is going? This is going down to Tennessee, Jamestown, Tennessee, which is like in between Knoxville and Nashville. So it's a bit of a long run. We started late this week. We had a load that picked up in Baltimore out of the port and went up to Chelmsford, Massachusetts. That loaded on Friday. And our plan was to get it up to Chelmsford on Monday. So we would be doing this on Tuesday. Unfortunately, Pennsylvania chose this week. I got a door hanging open there. Hold on, the door didn't shut right. When I did the battery disconnect and shut the door, it did not actually shut. Anyway, Pennsylvania chose Friday at noon to start doing maintenance on their permitting system, and they didn't tell anybody. So I had a load that I delivered down to the port. Oh, this is supposed to be the other way. I need to have the drive motors towards the back, not towards the front. Just spin this around. Okay. All right, now we're good. Anyway, they chose to do it on Friday at noon, so I went down and picked up that excavator, and then we went to pull permits on it, and the system was down. So I ended up calling Jen, and Jen kind of came down and met me at the state line in Pennsylvania. We already had our Maryland permit, so Jen came down and met me at the state line and kind of ran blocker for me to make sure that we didn't get pulled into a weigh station. So we got it home, but then the system was down until Tuesday morning. It was actually Monday night. Jen checked it at like 9 o'clock Monday night, and the system was back up. So we pulled our permit then. getting this thing lined up to go on straight. The door's not open again, is it? No. So, what should have been a Monday run up into the northeast turned into a Tuesday run into the northeast. So I delivered that yesterday afternoon, and then we ended up deadheading all the way back down here to Lebanon to get this load. And we're going to run that down to Tennessee, and then we did actually book another load. It's not paying very well. But it does get us home. Oh shit, am I right there? Yeah, okay. Just trying to get it lined up straight. I was a little far on that side. I'm trying to work her back over. So we got a load coming back home, not paying real good, but it does get us back towards the house. It's delivering, I don't know, it's only 20 miles or so from the house. So we figured that was good enough to get us home. We got paid enough on this one and the one to Massachusetts that we were, even if we had to deadhead home from Tennessee, we were still netting about $1 a mile, which is pretty good. A little more than $1 a mile. So, yeah. So then, we're gonna clear. Come over a little. I don't think the bucket is straight on there. That was throwing me off. All right. I believe that'll do it. Engine fault, service required. Nice. All right. Got her on there. So yeah, we were clearing about $1 a mile, even if we had to deadhead home. So we figured, you know, a cheap little run to get us home, that just adds on. I was gonna run the miles anyway, because I'm not staying in Tennessee over the weekend. So we figured anything extra, that's extra money on top. Yeah, I'm clear everywhere. Okay, looks like we're good. All right, let's get the truck hooked back up and get it chained down. I also have to call Jen. I want to verify the serial number, and that being said, I need to take a picture of the serial number. She'll need it for permits as well. Hey, the serial number of this thing is not on the rate con, and it's not in the text she sent me either. So can we just verify that that is the correct serial number? Okay. Now, before I forget, I'm gonna cut the batteries back off. Okay, now, while that's building up some air pressure, I'm gonna start chaining. All right, we are chained down. Now I just gotta get my flags and my banners on it. Look, I bent my license plate last night. Backed into a snowbank. Alright. Seriously, look at this. Nothing's cooperating today. Alright guys. We are rolling. Seems like forever ago we got here. I know it wasn't that long. It was probably an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. So, no problem getting the thing started, getting it on the trailer, chaining it down and all of that. The problem was the broker. The information she sent me was the wrong information. So she sent me a serial number for something else, which didn't match. And then when we asked her about it, she had no idea what we were talking about. Didn't know the serial number for this piece. Wanted me to tell her what the lot number and buyer number was for the auction for the guy that bought this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You know, why don't you know that? You should be telling me so I can locate the piece of equipment. So anyway, she finally verified that it is the correct serial number. I had to print my own BOL because they didn't have anything for me, which is fine. It's just all of this stuff, it would be nice if they told us in advance. That way it wouldn't be a surprise when we got there and we wouldn't have to scramble to get it done. Because we got to have the serial number and we have to have, you know, we got to make sure it's the right machine, and then we need the serial number to pull our permits. But we got it all and we are rolling. Warmed up considerably. It was 3 degrees this morning in Connecticut when I got up. Now it's like 32, which feels downright warm compared to 3. Is going to be an easy one. We just got to take this is 22nd Street. We take this up to 72, and then we run 72 north back up to 81, and then we're just on 81 pretty much the whole way down there. I think we're on 40 for just a little bit to get over to Jamestown, Tennessee, but not long at all. Got to get some of these miles covered by sunset, and hopefully we can get this delivered in the morning tomorrow, and then get back up close to our pickup that's bringing us back home. If we can do all that tomorrow, then we'll be in pretty good shape. Might be able to get delivered tomorrow or on Friday for our load coming home, which would be very nice. Then the trailer will be empty for Monday. This load feels downright small compared to the last one we hauled. Hauled a big Volvo excavator up to Chelmsford for the last one. It was 11 feet 2 inches wide. This feels tiny. This one's only 9.2 wide. So I think gross we're about 94,000 pounds. At least that's what we permitted for. We're probably closer to 92. Shit. Well, I was supposed to turn there. I hate when I do stuff like this. Probably should have pulled in the Swift there and turned around, but I didn't. Now I doubt there's going to be any other place to turn to go back. And I think this road runs right through the base, so I don't think I'll be able to continue this way. I'm probably going to have to turn around and go all the way back. It's really frustrating. Embarrassing. So we missed that left, and then I should have turned around right away, and then there was just no other place to turn around, so I had to run all the way up around and back down to the highway from the north side. But we are finally back to the highway. Now we can actually start our trip here. Severely off permit, but there were a couple pullouts that I probably could have turned around in, but I was just seeing myself getting off the road into one of those snow-covered pullouts and getting stuck, and then I'm having to call a tow truck and get a tow or get drug out, and yeah, I just decided to stick with the road and follow it up and around and get back to the highway. Alright, well, now we can get some miles done. Guys, we're getting off here at Rafine, about as far as we're going to get tonight. So it's about 10 till 5. I actually have until like 20 after 5 or something, but this is like last hotel between here. There's one in Lexington, but it was a little more expensive. It's only like 10 miles more down the road. And then there's one in Roanoke that I've stayed at before, but it's kind of out of range, too far for us to make tonight. So between here and there's not really a whole lot. So we decided this is where we're gonna call it a day. So we're gonna stay at the Comfort Inn here. Sun is brutal. I can't see if I can go in that bottom entrance. I think I can. Yeah. Probably gonna park right beside that guy. know why that little Nissan is parked there beside the dumpsters. That's kind of a dumb place to park. Alright. So we made it here to Rafine. I'm gonna park here for the night. Yeah, there's a Nissan over there that's kind of parked in the way. If he wasn't there, I could get in there beside the little dumpster cage. But this is gonna have to do. So I will see you guys early in the morning, and we will head down to Tennessee. Good morning, guys. It's about 7:15. Sunrise is at 7:28, I think it is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get going. By the time we get out on the highway and down the road a little bit, we'll be pretty close to time. We have 414 miles to get down to Jamestown today. So it's gonna be this afternoon, probably between 2 and 3. It's a bit of a weird place to get to down there, so we're headed down 81 to 40, and then off of 40, I believe we're taking, I think it's 127 north off of 40 in Tennessee, but then there's a bridge on 127 that they don't want us on, so we have to detour and go west a little bit on some side roads and up to 62, and then back to 127 to go up to delivery up there. So, but it looks like a pretty big lot. Looks like it's a recycling center is where this is going. Fentress County Recycling Center. So that's the plan for today. Once we drop this, then I'm just turning around and I'm booking it north and getting as far as I can tonight, because we have another pickup near Roanoke. It's in Salem, Virginia. It's a T-Rex articulated dump truck that's going up to Seven Valleys, PA. Probably going to deliver that Saturday morning because we have some weather coming in. There's a big storm rolling across the country that's supposed to hit my neck of the woods on Sunday. I don't know what that means for our plans for Monday. We're supposed to, I had talked about this in previous videos. We booked a load going from Nazareth, PA to Charlotte, a rock drill that was paying really good. So we definitely wanted to do that load. Well, then they pushed the project back by a week. So they kept us on the load. It was just going to be a week later. So not, that Friday, but the next. So that was supposed to be this Friday picking up, the 23rd of January. Well, then he called middle of the week this week and said now they're saying that it needs some repairs done and it's not going to be ready for Friday pickup. So they took us off the load, so we weren't even on the load anymore. Well, then yesterday afternoon he called again and said these guys are killing me. Now they're saying it's going to be ready on Monday. Do you still want it? And we said, yeah, we'll run it on Monday. So we were set to pick it up Monday, but now this weather is coming in, and we're supposed to be getting like up to 18 inches of snow Sunday to Monday afternoon. So I'm thinking what's going to happen is Monday is going to be a dig out the truck day, and then we'll probably end up picking up that rock drill on Tuesday and heading down to Charlotte. Might be able to get it Monday afternoon. Just depends on this storm and how bad it is. So that is up in the air for the moment. We're on the load because with a snowstorm, it's not us that can't get to it. It's nobody can get to it if it's snowing like that. Is this guy gonna come out? So we're still set on that load. That'll get us started for next week. This load going back up to the house, up to Seven Valleys, is not paying real good. It's basically just a load that will get us home. Now, what is this guy doing? There's a big oversize sitting on the ramp to 81 South. You can't just sit on the ramp. He's really blocking things up here this morning. There he goes. There's a lot of axles on that. 3, 6, 9, 12 or 13 axles. It's a big load. This morning. Sun coming up behind him. I-81 down through here is a very pretty drive at points, but it's also very boring. It always astounds me how people can have accidents on this highway because it is just straight and pretty much flat all the way down through here. There's a couple hills as you get further south. And yet there are always accidents along 81. This big oversized load is holding up the works this morning. Maybe it's just somebody that's scared to pass him. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think maybe this person is just scared to go past the oversized load. And then, of course, everybody thinks that they're going to get around it on the right. Patience, people, patience. Short supply out here. Should get past them on this hill. Oh my gosh, he's not even in our lane. We gotta go. Big load. All right, we got around him. Now, of course, we've got the pole car in front of us. He'll probably slow down once he realizes that the truck's going up the hill. I guess it's easy to criticize. Probably harder to run a load that big. Keep your spacing and all of that. Alright, got past him. So I'm going to keep rolling. And I will talk to you guys later. about to get off onto 127, and we're taking that up to delivery up in Jamestown. So it's not a real heavy load. It's 80. We're grossing, according to the Tennessee scale, we're grossing 88,000 pounds. So we're just jumping off onto 127 here, and this is actually going to take us all the way up to our delivery. The business where it's going is right along 127, so it shouldn't be too bad. Bit of confusion this morning. We pulled this permit yesterday, and they gave us 127 coming up here, and then we were looking at Google Maps, and they showed this road as closed. 127 was closed, but I think what they're doing is they're just widening the road here, so it's just construction. Actually worked out pretty nice. No oncoming traffic when I had to take that corner. Looks like they might be turning this into a divided highway. Like we made it through the construction there. Now we're on to some little 2 lanes. Looks like we have some more construction coming up. Quite a project. This road work going in here. Alright, I'm gonna go see where they want this thing and get it unloaded. All right, so I got here and walked up to the shop. I didn't see anybody, so I called Jen and got the number here and called him, and he said to go ahead and start unloading it and they'll be out. So they must just be up the road or something. So let's get this thing unloaded. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing off the trailer. All right, he seemed like a happy customer. So that's success. Now I just got to get the trailer hooked back up and cleaned up, and then we will be ready to rock. Trying to get home before the snow hits. That's the goal. So there's a storm system moving across the country. And they're calling for like up to 18 inches at my house. So we have a load headed back north to Seven Valleys, PA, which is just south of where I live. And I live in Carlisle, that's in York, or just south of York. But I'm trying to get back there before the snow hits. So we gotta make some time. So from here, I'll be deadheading back up. I have that load to pick up in Salem, Virginia, which is up near Roanoke. Alright guys, this load's all done. Got the excavator delivered here to Jamestown, Tennessee. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like my content, please subscribe. And until next time, this is Cliff with Hamilton Transportation. I will see you out there on the road.